of our social medias at Battle Rebels.
You saw some raffle baskets on the desk outside, or in the lobby, excuse me. That's 5 raffle baskets full of local wares from local artists and businesses. So if you want to buy local and get a really good deal while you're doing it, pay $10 for a ticket or 3 for $25.
We're gonna do the drawing at the end of the show.
That's right.
We're doing the drawing today.
Many thanks to our sponsors, Main Street Landing, as well as Vermont Federal Credit Union, and special thank you to the Off Center that has hosted this production, not for 1 weekend, but 2.
Down the 2 doors down at Butter, you can show your ticket for 10% off your entire bill there. We've done a partnership with them, so go and get some burger and fries there. It's really good. You won't regret it.
Absolutely. The emergency exits are the way you came in, as well as backstage. The restrooms are also backstage. We ask that you use them during our 15-minute intermission.
Please refrain from touching any costume, property, set pieces that you are intrigued by back there.
Also, a note on understudies. The role of Don Pedro will be played by Celeste Piette, who is also our marketer as well as our choreographer, and basically the show wouldn't have gone on without her. So enjoy the show.
Laugh loudly.
He is very nearby this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
Have you lost many gentlemen in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
Ah, victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I learned here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor upon a young Florentine called Claudio?
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He had bore himself beyond the promise of his age, doing, in the figure of a lamb, the feats of a lion. And he had indeed bettered expectations than you must expect me to tell you how.
I pray you, is Senor Montanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that already. There was none such in the army of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Senor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he had returned, and is as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed, for I promise to eat all of his killing?
Faith, niece, you tax Senor Benedict too much, but he'll be meat with you, I doubt not.
He's done good service in these wars lately.
You had musty victual, and he hath hope to eat it. He is a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier, too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady? Oh, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, well, we're all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Senor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there is a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with 1. But I pray you, who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
I see the gentleman is not in your books.
No. If he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion?
He's both in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord. He will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it will cost him 1,000 pounds ere it be cured.
I'll be friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
Cousin, thou wilt never run mad.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro is approaching.
Good Senior Leonardo, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter?
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Senor Benedict, no! For then you were a child.
You have it full, Benedict. We may guess by this what you are, being a man. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Senor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die when she has such mean food defeated as Senor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come to her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies. Only you accepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women! You would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I'm of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
Bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way. In God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonardo. Senior Claudio and Senior Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. I bid you welcome, my lord. Be reconciled with your brother, the prince. I owe you all duty.
Thank you. I am not of many words, but I think.
Please, at your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo, we will go together.
Oh, Benedict! Dost thou know the daughter of Senor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she is too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation can I afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow, or do you play the flouting jack? To tell us Cupid's a good hair finder and Vulcan a rare carpenter? Come, in what key shall a man take you to go in the song?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you've no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though. I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? In faith, hath not the world one man that he will wear his cap with suspicion? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to! In faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays! Look, Don Pedro has returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonato's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
He's in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
Oh, if this were so we're uttered.
Amen if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
Speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
And never could maintain his part, but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a reed sheet winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. Because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I will see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull, nay. But if ever the sensible Benedict doth bear it, pluck off the bull's horns, and set them in my forehead, and let me be vilely painted. And in such great letters as they write, here is good horse to hire, let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict the married man.
Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonato's. Commend me to him and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparations.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage. And so I commit you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Okay. Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord. When you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive looking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and those war thoughts have left their places vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is. Saying I liked her, mentors.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hearer with a book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it. And I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Was it not to this end that thou began to twist so fine a story?
How sweetly you do minister to love, to know love's grief by his complexion. Oh, but lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have solved it with a longer treatise.
What need the bridge much broader than the flood? The fairest grant is the necessity. Look, what will serve is fit. 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with a remedy. I know we shall have some reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair hero I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently. Okay.
What a good year, my lord! Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that brings, therefore the sadness is out of it.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, then at least a patient sufferance.
I wonder that thou, being as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goes about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach, and wait on no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this, till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath newly taken you into his grace, where it is impossible you should take true root, but by the fair weather that you make yourself, it is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied that I am a plain-dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a quag. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. I have my mouth. I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my right. In the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. What news, Baraccio?
I came yonder from a great supper the prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model built a mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
Proper squire. And who? Which way looks
Mary. On Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo.
How came you to this?
Being entertained for a few as I was smoking in a musty room, comes me the prince and Claudio hand in hand in a sad conference. I whipped me behind the heiress, and there it had agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him anyway, I bless myself everywhere. You are both short, and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Let us to the great supper.
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Yeah.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Signor Benedict. One is too like an image and says nothing. The other, too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
And half of Senor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Senor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle. And money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Just if he sent me no husband, for the which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I had rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What shall I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that has no beard is less than a man. He that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore I will even take sixpence in earnest to the bear ward and lead his apes into hell.
Then go you into hell?
No, but to the gates, and there will the devil meet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice! Get you to heaven! Here is no place for you maids!" So deliver I up my apes, and away St. Peter for the heavens. He shows me where the bachelors sit, and there live we as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Father," as it please you. But yet, for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, "Father," as it please me.
Well, cousin, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered with a pierce of valiant dust? To make an account of her life to a clod of wayward marl? No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin not to match in my kindred.
Well, daughter, remember what I told you of. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault would be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time. If the prince is too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance out the answer.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
Have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
Sister, make good rules.
Oh, yeah.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and then sweetly and say nothing. I'm yours to the walk, especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
Well, I would if you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have an ill quality.
Which is one.
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you better. The hearers may cry amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And if God should match my side from the dance is done. Answer correct.
No more words? For his answer?
I know you well enough. You are Senora Antonia.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head. To tell you true, I counterfeit you could never do her so ill well unless you were the very woman. Here's her dry hand up and down. You are she, you are she.
At a word, I am not.
Come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to muck. You are she. Graces will appear, and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful. Well, this was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he's the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders, and the congregation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. He both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
I know my sparing.
Are not you Senior Benedict? You know me well, I am he.
Senor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. He may do the part of an honest man in it.
I'll know you, he loves her.
I heard him swear his affection. Come, let us to the picture.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore, all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent. For beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith melteth in the blood. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio!
Yea, the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
The prince hath got your hero.
I wish to enjoy it for him.
Why, that's spoken like an honest girl here. So they sell bullocks. But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Oh. Alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool? Huh? Well, I'll be revenged, as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, my lord, I have played the part of Lady Fame. I found him here, as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of this young lady, and I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland, as being forsaken, or to bind him up a rod, as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? What's his fault?
Flat transgression of a schoolboy, who, being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it. The rod he might have bestowed on you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I will but teach them to sing and return them to the owner.
Huh. If their singing answer your saying, by my faith you say honestly.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her that she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me. Past the endurance of a block. An oak, but with one green leaf on it, would have answered her. My very visor began to assume life and scold with her. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester? She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her. Though she were endowed with all that Adam had left him before he transgressed. She would have made Hercules have turned spit, yea, and cleft his club to make the fire too. Come, talk not of her. I would to God some scholar would conjure her. For certainly, while she is here, a man may live as quietly in hell as in a sanctuary, and people sin upon purpose, because they would go thither. So indeed, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look, here she comes.
Oh! Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you a toothpicker now from the furthest edge of Asia, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy. You have no employment for me?
None but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir! Here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue!
Come, lady, you have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. I lent it him a while, and he gave him use for it, a double heart for a single one. Marry, once before, he won it of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady, you have put him down.
So I won that he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Come now, Count, wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
Neither, my lord.
Ah, the Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well, but civil, Count, civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Faith, lady, I think you're blazoned to be true, though I'll be sworn if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say as much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let not him speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it, poor fool, it keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
So she doth, cousin.
Ah, good lord, for alliance! Thus goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburned. I may sit in the corner and cry, hey-ho, for husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Have your grace near a brother like you. Your father got excellent husband, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
Oh no, my lord. Unless I might have another for working days, your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, and to be married best becomes you. For, out of question, you were born under a merry hour.
Oh no, sure, my lord. My mother cried. Then there was a star dance, and under that was I born.
Niece, will you look to those things that I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
Oh, there is little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad, but when she sleeps, and not even sad then. For I've heard my daughter say that she has often dreamed of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, my lord, by no means. Oh. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were married but a week, they would talk themselves mad.
County Claudia, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love have all his rights.
Oh, no, not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence a just 7 night and a time too little to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you shake the head of so long a breathing, but I warrant thee, Claudia, the time shall not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not, but to fashion it, if you three will but to minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
I am for you, my lord, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that, in despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in with me and I will tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo. Yea, my lord, that can cross any bar, any cross, any impediment disliked. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatsoever comes of thwart his affections for his even mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord. But so converting the notice honesty shall appear to me.
Show me briefly. How?
I think I told your lordship at your sense how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman, the hero.
I remember.
I can at any unseizable instant of the night appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
Poison of that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother, spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation to you mightily pulled up to a contaminated stale, such one as hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo hero, to kill Leonardo. Look you for any other issue.
Only to despite them, I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them, you know that hero loves me. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which will bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window, hear me call Margaret hero, and bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding, for in the meantime I will so fashion the matter that hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall call assurance of all the preparation overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse issue it is. I will put in practice. Be cunning in the work of this. 1,000 ducats.
To you constant in the accusation and my cunning cannot shame me.
I will presently go learn the day of marriage.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife. And now, had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe? I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier, and now is he turned orthography. His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Till he have made an oyster of me, he shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another's wise, yet I'm well. Another's virtuous, yet I'm well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheat her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician. And her hair shall be of what color it please God. The prince and monsieur love. I will hide me in the arbor.
Come, Balthazar. We'll hear that song again.
Oh, good. My God. It's not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
It is the witness still of excellency to put a strange face on his own perfection. I pray thee, sing, and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit to her he thinks unworthy, yet he woos, yet believes where he loves.
Now pray thee, come, or if thou wilt hold no longer argument, do it in notes.
Note this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
Why, these are the very crotchets that he speaks. Notes, forsooth, and nothing.
Now, divine air, now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies? Well, a horn for my money when all's done.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot on sea and one on shore. To one thing constant never. And sigh not so, but let them go. And be both blithe and bonny. Converting all your sounds of woe into hey nanny nanny. Sing no more of dumps so dull and heavy. The fraud of men was ever so since summer first was levied. Then sigh not so, but let them go and be both blithe and bonny. Converting all your sounds of woe into hey nanny nanny.
And you troth a good song.
Yeah, an ill singer, my lord.
No, Faith, thou singst well enough for a shift.
And he had been a dog that should have howled thus. I just leave it for the night raven, come what plague could have come after it.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? I pray thee, get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we would have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
Yeah!
Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
Huh?
Stop on Malfits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, not nor I neither, but Most wonderful that she should so dote on Senor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Since the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith like enough.
Oh God. Counterfeit. There was never counterfeit of passion that came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Faith doth look well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed.
How, pray you? You amaze me! I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
Oh, and so had I, especially against Senor Benedict.
I should think this a go, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it. But knavery cannot, sure, hide himself in such reverence.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No? Oh, no. And she swears she never will. That's her torment.
True indeed. So your daughter says, shall I, says she, that I've so oft encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him.
This she says when she is beginning to write to him. She'll be up 20 times a night, and there she will sit in her smock till she has written a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
That when she had written it and was reading it over, she found Beatrice and Benedict between the sheet. Then she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write to one whom she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me. Yea, though I love him, I should.
And then, down upon her knees, she falls, weeps, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She done indeed. And my daughter says that the ecstasy has sometimes so overborne her that my daughter sometime afeared that she will do a desperate outrage to herself. No! It is very true!
If we're good that Benedict knew of it by some other, she will not discover it.
Oh, to what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady first.
And he should, were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
And everything but in loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord. Wisdom and blood, combating in so tender a body, we have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory, and I feel sad for her. And I have just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
I wish she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you tell Benedict of it, and hear what he will say.
Oh, we're good, think you?
Oh, hero thinks surely she will die.
Oh.
Or she says she will die if he love her not.
Oh.
And she will die if he make her love known. And she will die if he woo her, rather than bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn her for it. For the man, as you know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind, very wise.
You don't indeed show remarks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
Well, I am sorry for your needs. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Oh, never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that were impossible. She may wear out her heart first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
Will you walk, my lord? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectations.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. Oh. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear their detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis the truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous? 'Tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. By my troth, it is no addition to her wit. Nor no great argument of her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled! When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Oh, here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I'm sent to bid you to come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice. I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those things than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then? In the message.
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a nice point. You have no stomach, senor?
come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those things than you took pains to thank me. That's as much as to say, any pains I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity on her, I'm a villain. If I do not love her, I'm a fool. I will go get her picture.
Proposing with the Prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula walked through the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Tell her to steal into the bleached bower, where honeysuckles ripened by the sun forbid the sun to enter, like favorites, made proud by princes that advance their pride against the power that led it. There she will hide her to listen our purpose. This is thy office. Fare thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I'll make her come, I warrant you presently.
Now, Ursula, as we do trace this alley up and down, when Beatrice doth come, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. And my talk to thee must be of how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made that only moves by hearsay. Now begin. For look where Beatrice like a lapwing runs close by the ground to hear our conference. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
Well, they did bid me to acquaint her of it, but I told them if they love Benedict to have him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you do so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he do deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice.
Sure, I think so. And therefore it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport at it.
You speak truth. I have never yet saw a man how wise, noble, young, how rarely featured. She would spell him backwards, so she turns every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchase it.
Sure. Such carping is not commendable.
No, to be so odd and from all fashions as Beatrice is cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I were to speak, she would mock me into air. Or she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. So therefore, let Benedict like covered fire waste away inside, consume inwardly. For it were a better death than die with mocks, just as bad a death as die with tickling.
Yet, tell her of it, hear what she will say.
No, rather, I will go to Benedict, counsel him to fight against his passions. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with, for one does not know how much an ill word may poison lightly.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She must not be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, so as to refuse so rare a
gentleman as Signor Benedict? When are you married, madam? Why, every day, tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel on which is best to furnish me with. She's limed on word you have caught her, madam. It is to be so, and loving goes by haps. For some cupids go with arrows and some with traps. What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, huh? Farewell. And maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict? Love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it better than reportingly.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
Well, so say I. Methinks you look sadder.
I hope he be in love. Hang him, Druid. There's no drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
Draw it.
Hang it.
You must hang it first, then draw it afterwards.
What? Sigh for the toothache?
A where is but a humor or a worm?
Well, everyone can master a grief, but he that hasn't.
Yet say I. He is in love.
Oh.
There is no appearance of fancy in him, unless it be a fancy that he hath to strange disguises. Unless he have a fancy to this foolery, as it appear he hath. He is no fool for fancy, as you would have it appear he is. Hath any man seen him at the barber's?
No. But the barber's man hath been seen with him.
Indeed, methinks he looks younger by the loss of a beard.
All is to say, the sweet youth in love.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache. Old senor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life to break with him about Beatrice.
Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice, and then the two bears will not fight one another when they meet.
My lord and brother.
No.
God save you.
Good evening, brother.
If your leisure serves, I would speak with you.
In private.
If it please you. Yes, Count Claudio may hear. For what I would speak of concerns
What's the matter?
means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, but he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not, but that appear hereafter and aim better at me by that I now will manifest. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and in that dearness of heart hath hoped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Why, what's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, and circumstances shortened, for she has been too long a talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Huh. Who? Hero?
Even she. Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal!
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think you a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not till further warned. Go but with me tonight, and you will see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow, wed her. But it would better suit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. You'll go with me. I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed, where will I shame her?
And as I would for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no farther till you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly but till midnight. Let the issue show itself.
Oh, day untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarting.
Oh, plague right well prevented. So you will see when you have seen the sea.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them.
If they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch. Well. Give them their charge. Neighbor Dogberry!
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable? Hugh O'Case, sir. Or George Seacole, for he can write and read. Come hither, neighbor Sicoli. God bless you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Both of which, Master Constable.
You have! I knew it would be your answer. Well, for your favor, sir, give God thanks, and make no boast of it, and for your writing and reading, let that appear when there's no need of such vanity. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore, bid you the lantern. This is your charge. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrant men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
They will not stand.
Why, then take no note of him, but let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, then he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and to talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We will rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
Oh, why, you speak like a most quiet and ancient watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills be not stolen. You shall also call at all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why, then let them alone until they are sober. If they make you not the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you take a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
Well, if we know them to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on them?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been called the most merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him. Well, neighbors, good night, and if there be a matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own. And good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us hear upon the church bench till 2 and then go to bed.
One word more on the stairs. I pray you keep watch about Signor Leonato's door, for the wedding being there tomorrow, there is a great courier tonight. Adieu. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
What? Stir not. Conrad! Conrad, I say! Here, man. I'm at thy elbow.
Mass. And my elbow itched. I thought there was a scab following.
I will owe thee an answer for that. And now forward with thy tale. Stand thee close under this penthouse where it drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee. Some treason, masters, yet stand close. Therefore know I word of Don John.
1,000 ducats.
Should any villainy be so dear? But know that tonight I have wooed Margaret, the lady hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leads me out of Mrs. Chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale wildly. I should first tell thee how the Prince Claudio and my master, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw far off in the orchard this amiable encounter. And thought they Margaret was Hero? 2 of them did. The Prince and Claudio, but the devil my master knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, but chiefly by my villainy. which did confirm any slander that Don John had made. Away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her as appointed next morning in the temple, and there in front of the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw overnight, and send her home again without a husband.
I charge you in the prince's name, stand!
Call up the right master constable. This is the most dangerous piece of lechery ever known in the Commonwealth.
Masters, never speak. But let us obey you to go.
Margaret! Good Ursula, awake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise. I will, lady, and bid her come hither.
Well, troth, I think your other bravado were better.
No, pray thee, good night. I'll wear this one.
By my troth, not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin is a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the new tie within excellently. And your gown's a most rare fashion of day. I tell the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
Oh, it is but a nightgown in respect of yours.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy.
Will be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Pray upon thee, and come not ashamed.
Of what, lady? Speaking honorably? Is not marriage honorable in the beggar? Is not your lord honorable without marriage? I think you would have me say, saving your reverence, a husband. And bad thinking, do not rush true speaking, I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think it'd be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice else, here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz. Tomorrow, sweet hero. How now dost thou speak in the sick tune?
I'm out of all other tune, methinks.
Claps into light of love, that goes without a burden. Do you sing it and all dance it?
You light a love with your heels. Then if your husband have stables enough, you'll see he shall lack no barns.
Oh, illegitimate construction, I scorn that with my keys.
'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I'm exceeding ill. Hey-ho.
For a hawk, of course, for a husband.
Oh, for the letter that begins them all, H.
These blooms the Count sent me are of an excellent perfume.
I'm stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
A maid and stuffed. There's goodly catching of cold.
God help me. God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Even since you left it. Doth not my wit become me rarely?
It is not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap. By my troth, I'm sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. It is the only thing for a clone.
There thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral?
Mm-hmm.
No. On my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think that you are in love. Nay, by Our Lady, I'm not such a fool to think what I list, nor indeed I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think. If I would think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, that you will be loved, that you can be in love. Yet, Benedict was such another. And now he has become a man. He swore he would never marry. And now, despite his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not false gallop.
Madam, withdraw! The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and
All the counts of the town are come to fetch you to church. I'll be the dress good cuz good man, good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with you.
Marry, this it is,
Oh,
sir.
Yes, in truth, it is, sir.
well, what is it, my good friends?
Good man, Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as... God help, I would desire they were, but an honest as skin, as honest as in faith, as honest as the skin between his brows!
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living who is an old man and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odors. Palabros. Neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but we are the poor duke's officers. But truly, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all of your worship.
Oh, all thy tediousness on me, eh?
Yeah, and 'twere £1,000 more than 'tis for. I hear as good exclamation on your worship as of any man in this city, and though I be but a poor man, I'm glad to hear it.
And so am I.
I would fain to know what you have to say.
Grace, well, accepting your worship's presence, our watch hath ta'en tonight a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
Ah, good old man, sir, he will be talking, as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. 'Tis a world to see. Well said, in faith, neighbor Burgess, God's a good man, and 2 men ride a horse, 1 must ride behind. And on a soul in faith, by my troth, he is as ever broke bread. But God is to be worshipped, and men are not alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you. Good!
1 word more, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me. As you see, I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be diligence.
Just drink some wine ere you go. Fare you well.
Go, good partner, go. Get you to Francis Sequel. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief. Only to the plain form of marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
No.
Oh, to be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
You come hither, my lady, to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know of any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
I dare make his answer, none.
Oh, what men may do. What men dare do. What men daily do, not knowing what they do. Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back!
Oh!
Again, give not this rotten orange to your friend. She is but the sign and semblance of her honor. Oh, behold, how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Comes not that blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were made by these exterior shows? She is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty!
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married. Not to knit my soul to an improvement wanton!
Good, my lord. If you, in your own truth, have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you would say. If I have known her, you will say she did embrace me as a husband and so extenuate the forehand sin. No, Leonardo. I never tempted her with word too large, but showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
You think I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee seeming! I will write against it. You seem to me as Dian in her orb, as chaste is the bud ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in sexuality.
My lord, well, he does speak, so why?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they're spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
Why?
Leonardo, stand I here? Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face heroes? Are our eyes our own?
All this is true, but what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question to your daughter. And by that fatherly and kindly power that you have in her, bid her answer truly.
I bid thee do so, as thou art my child.
God defend me. How am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name. Is it not Nero?
Can anyone blot that name with any just reproach?
Mary, that can Nero? talked with you yesternight. Out at your window betwixt 12 and 1.
I talked to no man that hour, my lord.
Why then you are no maiden. Leonardo, I am sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian, at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie, they are not to be named, my lord. Not to be spoken of.
Oh, hero. What a hero hast thou been. If half thy outward graces have been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare you well. Most foul! Most fair. Farewell. Thou pure in piety and in pious purity. For you, I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang to turn all beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it be more gracious.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Ah! Oh no, cousin! Wherefore sit you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light. Smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think! Help, uncle! Hero! Uncle, Signor Benedict Friar!
Oh, fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
Oh no, cousin Hero!
Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why does not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Can't she here deny the story that's printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not open thy eyes. She has fallen into a pit of ink. That the wide sea hath 2 drops few to wash her clean again, and salt too little which may season give to her foul-tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so tired and wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul. My cousin is blind.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until this night I've this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Confirmed. Oh, that is stronger maid that was before barred up by ribs of iron with the 2 princes lie. And Claudio lie that loved her so when speaking of her foulness washed it with tears. Oh, hence from her, let her die.
Hear me a little. In noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames and angel whiteness beat away those blushes. And in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the errors that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading nor my observation, if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
Friar, it cannot be. Thou canst see that the only grace that she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation the sin of perjury.
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
I know that you accuse me, but I know none. I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty does warrant with all my sins have mercy. Oh, my father, prove you that any man with me met on hours of need, or that I yesternight maintained the change of words with any creature. Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I know not. But if they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. But if they wrong her honor, all the proudest of them shall hear well of it. Time hath not so dried this blood of mine, nor age so eat up my invention, that they shall find await in such kind both strength of limb and policy of mind, ability of means, choice of friends, to quit me of them thoroughly.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the princes left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on your family's old monuments hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
But what of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well-carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. Her dying, as it must be so maintained upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For it so falls out that what we have, we prize not to the worth whilst we enjoy it, but being lacked and lost, why then we rack the value. So shall it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination. Then shall he mourn, if ever love had interest in his liver, and wish he had not so accused her. And if all of this be false, the supposition of the lady's death will quench the wonder of her infamy. And if it sort not well, he may conceal her as best befits her wounded reputation in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you. By mine honor, I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may leave me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away. Strange sores, strangely they strain the cures. Come, lady. Die to live. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely, I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
How much might a man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
Very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I too love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say that I love you, but believe me not, yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
And will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest. I love thee.
Well then, God forgive me!
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with all my heart. There is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio. You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Very sweet
I'm
Beatrice.
gone, no, I'm here. There's no loving you, I pray. Let me go!
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go!
We'll be friends first.
Oh, you dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height a villain that have slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man, and what, bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then, with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace!
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man out of the window, a proper setting.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wrong, she is slandered, she is undone!
Beatrice.
Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count, Count Confect, a sweet gallant, surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend would be a man for my sake. Manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliments, and men only turn to tongues and trim one's food. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I'm engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. So I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go. Comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. So, farewell.
Which be the malefactors? Marry that to my partner.
Hey, that's for certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
But which be the offenders that are to be accused?
Oh, yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend? Pray write down Borachio.
Yours, Cyril?
I'm a gentlewoman and my name is Con.
they serve God and rank God first, for God should go before such villains.
Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves. Hand me for yourself.
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
Well, stand aside, for God, they are both at a table. Have you writ that down that they are not?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch, that are their accusers.
Yea, marry, that's the eftest way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
What heard you him say else?
Married that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John to accuse the lady hero wrongfully.
That burglary, as I was committed.
What else, fellow?
And the Count Claudio did mean upon his word to disgrace her for the whole assembly and not marry her.
Villain, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
This is all. And this be more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and taken to Leonato. I will go before and show them their examination.
Come, let them be opinions.
Let them be in the hand.
Where's the sexton? Let him write down the prince's officer coxcomb. Come, bind them. No! Thou naughty, violent!
Oh, Willie, you are an ass! You are an
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that you were here to write me down an ass, masters! Let it be remembered that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. No, villain, thou art full of piety, as shall be proved upon thee by good witness. I am a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as is any in Messina. And one that knows the law, go to, and a rich fellow enough, go to, and a fellow who hath had losses, and 2 gowns, and everything handsome about him! Bring him away. Oh, that I have been raked down in ass.
Thy counsel, which falls into my ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Give not me counsel. Show me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of hers is overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. Measure his woe the length and breadth of mine, and let it answer every strain for strain. If such a one will smile and stroke his beard, bring him yet to me, and I will of him gather patience. But there is no such man, sister. But then can speak patience and counsel to those, to that grief that they themselves feel not, but tasting it, their counsel turns to passion, which before would give perceptial medicine to rage, bind strong madness in the silken thread, charm ache with air, agony with words? No. Now 'tis all men's office to speak comfort to those that wring under the load of sorrow. But no man's virtue nor sufficiency to be so moral when he shall endure the like himself. So give me not counsel, my grief's cry stronger than advertisement.
Therein do men from children nothing differ.
I pray thee peace. I will be flesh and blood, for there never was yet philosopher who could patiently endure the toothache, though he had writ the style of gods and made a push at chance and sufferance.
Here comes the Prince Claudio, hastily.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Oh, some haste. Oh, are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler thou. No, I speak not like a daughter nor a fool, who under privilege of age to brag what I have done were I young, or what I would do not were I not old. No, Claudio, to thy head. Thou hast so wronged my innocent child and me that I am forced to lay my reverence by, and with gray hairs, and with bruise of many days, do challenge you to trial of a man. I say, thou hast belied my innocent child. Thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, and she lays buried with her ancestors. Oh, in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
Mine melody.
Thine, Claudio, I say, thine.
You say not right, old man.
Oh, my lord, I'll prove it on his body, if he dare, despite his nice fence and active practice, his May of youth and bloom of lustihood.
Away. I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so, Daphne? Thou hast killed my innocent child. If thou killst me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
Well, he shall kill two of us, but that's no matter. When me and where me, let him answer me. Come, follow me, boy. Come, sir, boy, come, follow me.
Sister.
Oh, hold you content. What men, I know them, yea, and what they weigh, even to the utmost scruple. Scrambling, out-facing, fashion-monging boys that lie and call it fat, deprave and slander, go answerably, show outward hideousness, and speak up half a dozen dangerous words, how they might hurt their enemies if they durst. And this is all.
Sister Antonia.
Oh, come, 'tis no matter. Do not you meddle. Let me deal in this.
We will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of truth.
My lord, my lord.
I will not hear you.
No? Come, sister, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Oh, now, senor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, senor. You were almost come to part, almost a fray.
We had like to have had our two noses snapped off with two turtles without tea.
I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee. For we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain have us beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side?
Oh, never any did so. Though very many have been beside their wit. I will bid thee draw, as we do minstrels draw, to pleasure us.
As I am an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
Oh, what courage, man. What? Though care killed cat, thou hast enough metal in thee to kill care.
sir, I shall meet your wit in the career, and you charge it against me. I pray you, choose another subject.
By this light, he changes more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
If he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
Oh, God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right in this, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
Well, I will meet you. So I may have good cheer.
What? A feast? A feast?
In faith I thank him. He hath charged me to a calf's head and a capon of the which, if I do not carve most curiously, say my knife's not. Shall I now find a woodcock too?
Sir, your wit ambles well. It goes easily.
I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day. I said, thou hadst a fine wit. True, she said, a fine little one. No, said I, a great wit. Right, she said, a great gross one. Nay, said I, a good wit. Just, said she, it hurts nobody. Thus did she an hour together transhape thy particular virtues. Yet at last she concluded with a sigh, thou wast the properest man in Italy.
To the which she wept heartily, and said she cared not.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, and text underneath, here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Very well, boy. I will leave you now to your gossip-like humor. You break jests as braggarts do their blades, which God be thanked, hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. My lord Blackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Till then, peace be with you.
He is in earnest. Has challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
How now? Two of my brother's servants? And Baraccio one?
Oh, hearken, after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what have these names done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruth. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things, and to conclude, they are lying.
First, I ask thee what they have done. Thirdly, I ask thee what's their offense. Sixth and lastly, why they are committed. And to conclude, what you lay to their charge. Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no further to mine answer. I have deceived even your very eyes, but your wisdoms could not discover these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night overheard me confessing to this woman how your brother Don John had sent me to slander the lady hero, how you run to the orchard and saw me court Margaret in hero's garments, how you disgraced her when you should have married her. The lady is set upon mine and my master's false accusations, and briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your veins?
I have drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee onto this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy.
Oh, hero! Now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved it first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time our sexton hath performed, Signor Leonardo, and masters. Do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am asked.
Here comes Master Signor Leonato, and the sexton too.
Where is the villain? Which one of these is he? Let me look into his eyes so that when I note another like him, I may avoid him. Which of them is he?
If you would know your wrong, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath did kill my innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, villain, thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable gentlemen. A third is flown that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds.
I know not how to pray your patience. Yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaken.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died, and upon her tomb place an epitaph and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Then come you tomorrow morning to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My sister has a daughter that's almost a copy of my child that's dead. Give her the right that you would have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, noble sir, your overkindness doth rain tears of me. I do embrace your offer.
Till tomorrow morning, lords. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packing all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me, for she had always been just and virtuous in anything I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, remember his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
There's for your pains.
Oh, God, save the foundation!
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errand today with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself in the example of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore your worship to health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it.
Until tomorrow morning, my lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring you these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret, and see how her acquaintance grew with this new fellow.
Pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret. Deserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice. Oh.
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 of my beauty.
In so high a style, Margaret, that no man living shall come over it. For in most comely truth, thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me? Why? Shall I always keep below stairs?
Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouth. It catches.
And yours is the fencer's foils which hit but hurt not.
Most manly wit, Margaret, it will not hurt a woman. And therefore, I pray thee, call Beatrice, I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords, we have bucklers of our own. Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore, will come. The God of love that sits above and knows me how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. Leander the good swimmer. Troilus the first employer of panders. And a whole book full of these quondam carpetmongers, whose names yet run smooth in the even road of a blank verse. Nary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I've tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady, but baby? An innocent rhyme. For scorn? Horn. A hard rhyme. For school? Fool. A babbling rhyme. Yeah. Very ominous endings. Yeah. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet. Sweet Beatrice! Oh! Wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, senor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Very well now. And ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words are but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of its right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and I must either shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee now, tell me, for which of my good parts didst thou first fall in love with?
For them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good parts to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love from me?
Suffer love? A good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. You spite it for my sake, then I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and mend.
Battle!
Oh, and there will I leave you, for here comes one in haste!
You must come to your uncle's. Yonder's old coil at home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused, and the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John, who is the author of all, is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, senor?
I will. Live in thy heart, die in thy lap. be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Done to death by slanderous tongues, was the hero that here lies. Death and guerdon of her wrongs gives her fame which never dies. So the life that dies in shame lives in death with glorious fame.
Put your candles out. The wolves have prayed, and look, the gentle day before the wheels of Phoebus round about dapples the drowsy east with spots of gray. Come, let us hence, and put on other weeds, and to Leonato's we will go.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
But so were the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error that you heard discussed. But I believe Margaret was at some fault for this, although against her will, in the true course of all the question.
Oh, well, I'm glad that all things start so well.
And so am I, being else by faith and forced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Daughter and gentlewomen all, remove yourselves into a chamber, and when I call for you, come hither, masked. Oh, the Prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, senor?
To bind me, or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonardo, truth it is, good senor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
That eye my daughter lent her. It is very true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof you have from me. Oh, and the Prince and Claudio, but what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. But for my will is that your goodwill may stand with ours this day to be conjoined in the honorable state of marriage. In which, good friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here come the Prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. Are you yet determined today to marry with my sister's daughter?
I'll hold my mind. Call her forth.
Here's the friar, ready.
Now, which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
Well, then she's mine. Sweet. Let me see your face.
No, that you should. Not until you take her hand and before this friar swear to marry her.
Give me your hand before this holy friar. I am your husband, if you like it.
When I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero.
One hero died defiled, but I do live, and surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero. The hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but while her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify, when after these the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meanwhile, what wonders seem familiar?
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why no? No more than reason.
Why then, your uncle and the Prince and Claudio have been deceived.
Huh.
For they swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no. No more than reason.
Why then, my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived. They swore you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me?
You know. But in truly friendly recompense.
Cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And all be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand, halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
Written my cousin's hand, stolen from her pockets, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle!
Uh-huh.
Here is our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this great day I yield under great persuasion, partly to save your life, for I was told that you were in a consumption.
Peace, I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the merry man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of whip-crackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. If a man will be beaten with brains, he shall wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it, and therefore never flouted me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. Come, let us have a dance ere we are married, so we may lighten our own hearts and my wife's heels.
We'll have dancing afterward.
First of my word. Therefore play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
My lord, your brother John has taken in flight and has brought one armed men back to Messina.
Think not on him till tomorrow.
Strike up, pipers!
Very man.
Oh, it's Jesus.